All right, let's do a little Twitter. Let's do the worst tweets. All right. Folks, it is time for the worst tweets of 2024 bracket. I'm so excited for this one. In case you're unfamiliar, last year, the worst tweets bracket was a lot of fun, had a lot of Tommy Needy Drinky style tweets from Gen Xers that were like, I wish we would skip Skibbity Toilet and go to the next generation, make like Picard and skip Alpha. You know what I'm saying? But this year, the worst tweets has a little different tenor to it. And that's because for the past year, the inmates have been running the asylum at Twitter. It's just gotten so unbelievably bad. You can just get a blue check and every day post something that's like, I think Hitler was right, to the tune of 100,000 views and make a living doing that. This year's worst tweets do have some funny ones for which I am excited, but they also have ones that are like, when you look at the skull shape of the Polish, they're clearly not white. So, let's take these with a grain of salt. Let's see what we got. Okay, 64 tweets. They are divided into the WTF region, weird conservative region, Israel-Palestine region, and weird woke region. So this is going to be interesting for me because I think this entire right side, this is right for you people, Israel-Palestine and weird woke region. I mean, I think there is an art to writing a really fantastic, like, woke scoldy tweet on Twitter. So some of these I imagine I will 100% agree with. Let's see what we've got. Okay, let's begin with the WTF region. God, I hate the way threads work. All right. So the first we have the entirety of DoorDash discourse versus finally everyone hates Malala, but I've hated her since she survived. Insane tweet. However, there is just no way you are topping DoorDash discourse for me. A whole year of people being like, actually, I have a disease that forces me to eat DoorDash 3 times a day or I'll die. It's got to be DoorDash. Wow, it's only winning by a little. Next up, we have Sydney Sweeney. If you find Sydney Sweeney, male, attractive in any way, it is simply over for you. You are spiritually an African. Or, when I was 19, I very briefly dated an IVF baby, and not gonna lie, it just didn't seem like he had a soul. This is unbelievable. You're putting these two up against each other? These are finalists, dude! Fuck. I don't know. Okay, you are spiritually an African is like, it's so good. I think I have to do you don't have a soul if you're an IVF baby. I think I have to. It looks like it's winning, too. It is currently winning. All right, next up. Less traffic is our love language. Join February 14th to send a congestion pricing CP Valentine to the MTA during the public comment period. Versus, why don't we just start with a clean slate? Let bygones be bygones. I'll forget the mean things you've said about me. You can forget the milking suggestion I made. Okay, I'm sorry. The CP tweet, not that bad. So many, things online are like, let's abbreviate our thing as CP, and then we'll make a bunch of things that are like, I love CP. Yu-Gi-Oh does this. It's a perennial problem on the internet. This one is actually good. Love CP is winning. You people are literally excited by anything. I've never seen this one. This is new to me. Detective Wiggles Saga. Oh, no. No, I know this one. This person is the character from SpongeBob. Jaxel is on the same brainwave as me with glass bones and paper skin. This is because bi people's immune systems are more different than het or gay people's. Sexual arousal is an allergic reaction. Bi people are allergic to more things, literally by definition. That's literally true. That's correct. And then the other one is Poppy versus Community Notes. Oh, this is when, like, the Community Notes spent an entire day being like, Puerto Ricans are Americans? And she was like, no, they're not. And the readers added context. Yes, they are. That was fun. Unfortunately, Wiggles all the way. Oh my God, they're losing? Come on. This is like a seminal Twitter character of the year. All right, next up we have, as a mother who wants to commit suicide, I believe you must take your children with you because this world is too cruel to leave your children as orphans while you sit comfortably as an ancestor. Versus, Steve Harvey messed up announcing Miss Universe in 2015, and we didn't call for him to step down from hosting Family Feud. Did Steve Harvey have access to the nuclear codes? Not my job to educate you. I'm sorry, that one's amazing. This is such a good tweet. Come on, it's got to be the first one. This is actually just a funny tweet. Okay, next up we have Ocean Gyres. Before 1820, Africans outnumbered Europeans arriving in Americas by a factor of 3 to 1. That means that up until the 19th century, most of the people who arrived in the Americas arrived enslaved. The reply, Christina, you cannot travel across oceans. It is scientifically impossible. It's good. I'm just going to leave this here. It's called Ocean Gyres. Now explain how you travel across this. This is basic science, dude. I mean, you can travel via the arrows, right? And then, so let me ask, how do you think white people got to America? Do you think white people are indigenous? Across the world. Want to know how I know? I did research. I read the books, and I know they bombed it to redirect the flow and take control of it. In 1492. And the other one is, oh no. Oh, I remember this one. This was like a whole day on here. No, it's got to be that one. The other one is like a fun little insane person. That one is like, yeah, we just let a sex criminal onto Twitter for a day. All right, this one's great. It is a well-known piece of ancient literature that the clitoris doesn't exist. The clitoris is an invention of modern feminism, which has been trying to give women their own penis and socially engineering them into believing they need to have a clitoral orgasm. All a lie. So that's great, but not the best tweet in this thread. Eating pussy is part of this mythology of the female penis, where a man pretends to suck a woman's cock. It is disgusting and beyond belief that this practice has become widespread. Clitoral deniers are treated worse than Holocaust deniers, because the clitoris is the Holocaust of feminism. This is what I mean when I say that, like, the fun, bad tweets of previous years were bad. This one is like just a man whose brain is broken 1,000 different ways. Men who eat pussy are basically the Schindler in Schindler's List. Well, I wouldn't call myself a hero. And then the other one is, oh, this one was so good. A CEO I worked for seduced my wife in retaliation for my pushback for him at work. He won. I got divorced and left the company. When I say I truly understand how some executive teams can be political snake pits, I trust you will believe me. Learn from my pain. This one was great because as it developed, it became clear that actually this guy was like weirdly clingy and thought the CEO had this magnetic personality he just had to be around. And then he introduced his wife to him and was like trying to get them to hit it off so he could hit it off. And then they did hit it off and was like, yeah, we should leave this freak guy. It was definitely like engineered NTR. I still am voting clitoris denier here. These two are so good. Elaine Chao, prep that pussy girl, your man's coming home, a classic. But the best one, of course, you guys are disgusting and weird for defending a literal weirdo. I'm 17 and afraid of Sabrina Carpenter when she's performing. You guys need help. This one was like Sabrina Carpenter at her concerts just like grinds her pussy on the ground and like mimes giving blowjobs. They're like, there's literally minors in the audience, and then people were like, we don't care. And then, here we go. I'm voting 17 and afraid. It's so good. All right, so that's that conference. Let's go to the next. Conservative region. All right, here we go. We're going to get some good ones here, I hope. First up is Jordan Peterson Elmo. Wow, Elmo is glad he asked. Elmo learned it is important to ask a friend how they are doing. Go fuck yourself for wanting to discriminate against white people. The Jordan Peterson ones are funnier if you imagine that he is Kermit the Frog wearing a human skin suit. And he's like mad at Elmo for a number of like unsubstantiated reasons. Like, you destroyed Muppeting. Versus pride flag and username opinion not valid. This is not a pride flag. It is the flag of Germany. I'm sorry. Jordan Peterson Elmo should be winning by a factor of 10. The Dilbert guy gets sissy hypnotized by ChatGPT. I taught ChatGPT hypnosis last night. Then I had it test on me. You have no idea what is coming. You, while reading the ChatGPT sissy hypno. And versus, I'm a true American woman and I've been, oh no. These are two insanely good ones. The Joey Manorino, I forgot to log on to my black person sock puppet versus Scott Adams sissy hypno. I can't not vote sissy hypno. It's getting dumpstered though. I understand it. Play-in round. Only one makes it through. Emmanuel Macron's decadent France has turned the Olympic rings into glory holes. We have to have a Rod Dreher tweet on this one. Who has seen a heavily pregnant woman since 2021? Come on. This one was so good. Oh, okay. Happy birthday to John Wilkes Booth. I mean, the whole Libertarian Party NH account could be on here. So, son, look around at the Super Bowl. All the glitz, the glamour, and the faces in the crowd. People bring their flashiest toys or their finest material things, hoping to be seen. But for me, the real joy is being here with you. You're my MVP this year. Finally, real coffee. It's got to be heavily pregnant. Oh, the Elon fanfic is winning. Boo. Is there anything hotter than a lobotomy? Imagine you're frustrated and yelling at your husband about money or social stuff, but this time he snaps. Then fast as an ice pick, all of that disappears and your existence is just sex and looking pretty. No worries ever again. All right, so this one can't win because it is so clearly just porn. It's sissy hypno of all things. No, it's just bimbofication shit. This is porn. Oh, this one was so good. Blacks should support slavery. Christians and Jews are who tore us apart. We used to protect you, feed you, and give you honest work, but they forced us to abandon you out into the cold and treat you not as friends, but as enemies. Come home, slaves. We have work to do. This one's a finalist. And it is destroying the lobotomy one. Another play-in round? We got lazy this year. There's no such thing as Adams. Thanks, Moe Bible verses. This one can't make it in. It's nothing. You're 4 inches inside Kamala Harris. Donald Trump is 4 inches inside you. Are you moving forwards or backwards? This is literally just a riff on a meme. It's nothing. The problem is wokeness. Social media itself is fine. No, China's fertility has dropped since 2015. The Chinese aren't woke. They are feminist. The women do careers and wear Western business suits. They don't do foot binding anymore. Okay? Or, excuse me, Apple, why is the calculator wrong? When you key in 50 plus 50 and hit the equals key, it'll give you 100. Multiply that by 2 and you get 200. That's correct. But type in 50 plus 50 times 2 and it spits out 150. What gives? The order of operations is American and therefore wrong. PEMDAS is... It's got to be PEMDAS posting. I love watching Ian Miles Cheong be wrong, but it's also like 80% of Twitter is just PEMDAS posting. All right, next up. I mean, I think I can read this one. This one's obvious. Like, this is what I'm talking about when I say there's just crazy people on the website making money off blue checking now. Wait, this is part of the same discourse. Come on. PS5 owners are now treated like black people in 1939 USA. We are now second-class gamers, and neither Sony nor Square care about us anymore. Just like black people had to give up their civil rights, we PS gamers are having to forfeit our exclusives. Like, this is the type of tweet I want to see. Like, clearly insane person, like, making a gamers are oppressed one. And of course, it is actually really close. Chat, I don't ask you to vote often. I need you to make a difference on this one. Oppressed gamers needs to make it to the next stage. We have, the older I get, the more absurd the concept of dinosaurs roamed the earth until a great big meteor hit becomes to me. Candace Owens is actually the person from the lobotomy tweet. And, oh, this one is literally, this is like finalist. You're not men, you're boys. If there was no social media, you will be my concubines. And then everyone was like, do you know what concubines means? You would fuck these men? The quote tweet, I'm telling you exactly what betas like you will be used for. Sex and food. This one is winning 90-10. That's unbelievable. We have another green line, cock confidence, cock shame, versus Tim Pool posting AI bunny. I don't really care for either of these. I will anything to get the green line guy in. All right, that's that one. Let's go to the next one. Okay, this is the wokeness one. Now, I'm going to agree with, I would say, probably 100% of these. Yes! Bedtime abolition. Starting off strong, baby. I unironically support bedtime abolition, but I think full-time abolition is an unrealistic prospect. Fixed bedtimes are a symptom of the control of wage labor and formal schooling, but time measurement is useful for organizing voluntary leisure activities too. I do love the concept of time abolition and bedtime abolition. Like, time abolition as a concept is like, yes, listen, there are also benefits to measurement, but bedtime abolition is for babies. It's actually for babies. It looks like the cut and people more broadly are beginning to catch up to the idea that dogs in large cities are essentially settler colonial, a way for their owners to move in and occupy more of the urban space than they are allotted while making it everyone else's problem. This one's also insane, but I think I understand the general gist of it. We're voting abolish bedtime. Abolish bedtime is so good. Something about a white girl criticizing a brown nation exercising their sovereignty just rubs me the wrong way. Lawrence, it's the fucking Taliban. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Like, that changes anything. They're still exercising. I guess you're not allowed sovereignty if you're the Taliban. Stop. Versus, washing clothes by hand is a chore, oftentimes a lonely one, but it needn't be. We could have communal washing facilities in every neighborhood where people can plan to come in groups and do their laundry together while having a chat, or come alone and have a chat with anyone who's also there washing their clothes. Of course, those who prefer to do it at home are free to do so. Washing clothes by hand is tiring work if you have a load, but it's physical activity and exercise. We spend time in the gym and running outside to keep fit. Would it be so bad to devote some of that time and energy to washing clothes by hand? I don't know. This one isn't so bad. It's just Amish posting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like... both of these are fine. I don't have any problem with any of them. This is just a laundromat. Okay, so they're talking about by hand, but yeah, laundromats are kind of like this. Playing around? Okay. Does gay marriage help the poor and lower classes in any way? The working people, sick people? No, then it is a frou-frou elite concern. This one's funny because this is how people talk about trans people, though. They're like, oh, it's a luxury elite belief because it doesn't help the working poor. White people used to eat black families, and y'all be out here creating families with them. They didn't do what their ancestors did. Stop putting the blame on them. Their ancestors did it because they could without repercussions. That is the only thing stopping them now. Well, Reminder that if you support nuclear energy, you support fascism, racism, imperialism, and colonialism. Then what is the better alternative in your opinion? Fossil fuels! Literally true. And plagiarism is the new scalping for the right-wing arsenal, a genocidal practice used by colonists posting bounties for indigenous people. Using violent trophy imagery against a black woman tells you this was never about plagiarism, but reestablishing white supremacy in academia. All right, you ready? This one is correct. This one's actually true, though. This one is literally true. The context of this one is they're talking about that fucking plagiarism scandal that the president of Harvard did, that they embarked on because they wanted her gone for her political views. And they found like a quote that she had misattributed in her thesis, and she was like, she's a plagiarist, which was definitely accidental. Like, I hate to be like this. They're right. This person is correct. Okay, I'm voting for the gay marriage is an elite belief. Fossil fuels is winning. That's fine. That, unfortunately, the setup to this one is too good. There's like a punchline. Okay. I broke up with my beautiful girlfriend over a year ago and gave up all sex and dating to focus on Maoism. I 100% do not regret it. Why? I have more time for Maoism. Did you devote to focus on Maoism, or did you break up and then decide to devote to Maoism? After dating for a year, I literally told her, babe, I need way more time for politics. I've been asking and hoping for 6 months and been endlessly patient, but now I'm done. And then I went home and read Lenin. LOL. Is there an issue with this one? What's the problem with this one? Sorry. What the heck? I don't know what to tell you. Like, the glory of Maoism is eternal. The pleasures of sexual gratification are fleeting. Honestly, if your girlfriend wasn't okay with it, she will face the wall. People having children right now are, let's face it, child molesters and murderers, whether they know it or not. They're making a child who will never know what chocolate, olive oil, coffee, bananas, or oranges are, and the resources and species of this planet continue to vanish. Their world will be so different from ours, and not in a good way. Their world will be a disaster area, a living but unlivable nightmare, and they will have to take up guns to kill each other for their life and food. I think this one is kind of true. No. It's got to be Maoism. I hope they make it to finals. No, they're losing! Okay, it's worst tweet, not best tweet. This is the best tweet of the year. Okay, one more playing round. We need to talk about how giving people a +1 for events is low-key polyphobic. This is a joke! You all are posting jokes! Creeping Christian nationalism alert. Alaska Air flight attendant just wished us a blessed night as we landed in SFO to groans. Other adjectives that would have sufficed. Great, awesome, fabulous, amazing, fantastic. As my roommate said, this ain't Montgomery, sweetie. I'm sorry. I must uncritically side with Reddit atheists. This is real. Supply and demand is a right-wing concept. Yes, it's not real. Remember when egg production dropped and eggs got really expensive, then egg production increased and they got cheap again? I don't eat eggs. Incredible reply. And finally, a person smoking fentanyl on the train is not making you unsafe. Just stop trying to find ways to hate poor people. Honestly, 100% correct. Public misuse of fentanyl, a potent medical anesthetic, is irresponsible and unsafe. Wait, hold up. A person smoking fentanyl is not making you unsafe. Readers added context. Public misuse of fentanyl is unsafe. Why? Who knows? Who knows? Because I said it is. Oh my God. Come on. Can't even smoke crack on the train anymore. These are all great. I think I'm voting don't eat eggs. I like the punchline. Polyphobic is winning. Guys, you can't let polyphobic get in. This is a fucking joke. It's a joke. Oh my God. The right wing of DSA. Oh, DSA drama. Let's go. Has sided with the DSA's leadership to expel one of our caucus members using the Democratic Centralist Clause. This is a political threat to all DSA lefts, especially those questioning the leadership propping up Zionists. In response, DSA lefts are siding with the bureaucratic DSA leadership, claiming we should be thrown out for pedophilia. It is a right-wing Republican talking point to posit people don't have the right to control their own body. Oh! But they're actually... the right to control their own bodies, whether they decide to have an abortion, transition, or have sex with whoever they like, regardless of age or gender. Hold. Versus AOC can run a mean pick six, and I can call an audible on a play. I don't know. This was fine. I don't really... It's like annoying-ass politician pandering. I don't... It's not really the kind of insanity I expect from Twitter. All right. Next up. Hey, real quick, shoot me a source that says 50% of the U.S. GDP is spent on the military. There are like 1 million TikToks on this. I'm not your preschool teacher. Incredible response. Jimmy, be honest. Have you read a single book in the past 12 months? No, I have ADHD. Way to be ableist. This one's good. This one's great. And... oh, this one is so good. This is a finalist for sure. Finding out that people dug up native burial grounds in Tampa that were blessed by the Tocobaga to protect Tampa from disasters. It's not anti-indigenous to say that hurricanes don't come from spirits. It's not anti-indigenous to insert BS argument here. Newsflash, if you're not from our community, you have no right to say what is or what isn't harming us. Now feels like a good time to remind people that many indigenous communities consider photographing the northern lights to be disrespectful, and viewing pictures of the lights is avoided. If you're going to post pictures of the lights, warn people. I gotta say, indigenous hurricanes is really good. Oh! This one is actually really close. We gotta get the hurricanes through. I'm going to be honest. It's 50-50 right now. Okay, new cars. 3 auto theft convictions should mean 3 years in prison. Imagine jailing people for a victimless crime. But there are victims. Car owners are victims. They get new cars, though. Oh, they're spitting! They're spitting! Who is... what is the charge? Enjoying a car? A succulent... the victim is Lightning McQueen. This one's great. Okay, the other one... oh, unfortunately, this is the one. This is maybe tweet of the year. Pundits, Joe Biden needs to drop out. Biden, no. But we really want Joe Biden to drop out. No. Joe, the pundits say you need to drop out. They want that. No. Come on, Joe, just relax. You'll like dropping out. No. No means no, motherfuckers. Politics and rape culture are too similar for comfort. It's got to be that one. That one was so good. Although they do get new cars, though. I mean, what's the problem? I didn't agree with as many of those as I wanted to. I feel bad. Maybe I'm becoming I'm gonna do the conservative shift. We call it the Young Turks maneuver. All right, Israel-Palestine one. This one I assume is going to be very bad. I stand with Palestine, not Israel. I stand with Russia, not Ukraine. I stand with China, not Taiwan. If you disagree, you're pansexual. What's the problem with this tweet? This tweet is so good. This tweet, this is so good. Okay, versus. Anyone find it strange that Ashkenazi literally has the word Nazi in it? Yup. This one's good too. These are 2 banger-ass, baller-ass tweets. Come on. All right, here's what we got. Yes! Okay, I was so afraid that this person was not going to make it into Top Cut because apparently, like, the big collection of their tweets is getting blasted. Fun fact, everyone in Palestine now has mast cell activation syndrome, the same immune disorder that I and all neurodivergent people and all of them, because MCAS is literally what PTSD is, and also from living in profoundly unsanitary conditions with unclean water and eating animal feed. If a Palestinian from Gaza, West Bank, etc. was sitting next to you on a bus, your toxic fragrance would trigger acute despair, flashbacks, suicidal ideation, because that's what histamine does. Exposing traumatized people to allergens is psychological torture. Incredible. Versus... my online my online dom lives in Israel because she's so stressed about living next to a war zone. I haven't properly gotten off since October 7th. Ceasefire now. I just want everyone to come together in peace, me in particular. Not trying to be flip. It's such a ridiculous situation to be in. I am voting against this one for 2 reasons. 1, this is not a tweet. It's from Blue Sky, you fuck. You are cheating. 2, This is insane, of course, but come on, it's in good fun. I understand that like it is being a little glib about like the worst genocide of our lifetimes, but come on, they're like, well, sheesh, I can't even come these days. That's so fun. You people. The histamines one has to win here. I'm sorry. It's not winning. I can't believe this person is going to escape judgment. 70% on Israel Dom. It's not even a tweet. All right, next up. Is your favorite author a Zionist? Check here. This spreadsheet will be continuously updated by me as I keep receiving information, so please have patience. What? Oh, we're just putting a call-out doc in worst tweets of 2024? Come on. Versus, I know it's just a squirrel and not a human being, and the scope of the thing seems wrong, but Peanuts' struggle and Palestine's struggle are the same struggle against the same forces, in parentheses, Jews. Oh my God, this one is so good. Okay, okay. I'm glad the spreadsheet is not winning because this one's so good. Oh, okay, next up. Meet Ireland's FM Michael Martin's family. On October 7th, Hamas terrorist, his daughter in Gaza. Today, FM Michael Martin announced he is rewarding, oh my God, with a state of their own. This post is for illustrative purposes and did not actually occur. Yeah, this might be one of the worst tweets of 2024. This one might be. Versus, are there any Holocaust survivors who can vouch that Hitler was an actual person with flesh and blood and not just a belief system? They're trying to do historical Jesus, but about Hitler. I'm going to do the one where Stop Anti-Semitism wrote, sexual assault fan fiction. All right, next up. Oh, this one is so online. Tell me, how is this different from J.D. Vance's proposal to reduce rents through mass deportation? Not to mention the Nakba, for that matter. If you don't see the tight connection between YIMBYism and Zionism at this point, I don't know what to tell you. Your housing policy is to evict the people competing against you for scarce housing. It is ostensibly pro-social excuse for eliminationist settler colonialism directed at resources you want and the people who currently possess them. Truth apocalypse. Being a Taylor Swift fan and oh no, this one's so good too. Okay, this is one of those scenarios where like the reader's notes, it's like, did you need to put the note here? We all get what she's referring to. I'm voting YIMBY equals Nakba. Swift Holocaust is destroying in this one, but this is a post you could get anywhere. This one you could only get on Twitter. This first one you could only get on Twitter. So I am a Jew. Kate Emerson, 88, are you? I am Ashkenazi, as are most Jews around the world and many in Israel itself. And all I can think tonight is that Hitler's only mistake was stopping too soon. This is just a Nazi. I don't know what to tell you. This is not even a remotely interesting post. Of course, this garbage is still up and hasn't been removed. Melbourne, you never seem to disappoint, do you? Abolish Australia? How about this? Go fuck yourself and abolish yourselves to another country. Don't like it? Leave. Ironic. You hate white people, and yet you use white paint. LOL. Hypocrisy at its finest. My problem with the white people is the color. I'm putting in white paint. Hitler's only mistake is winning, which proves to me that people online are stupid. The problem is that these votes are occurring on Twitter. You're asking the hogs to rate the slop. Yisrael Chai. Chai is a Hindu Urdu word for tea. They think it's chai. You lot just can't help yourself. If you're not stealing Palestinian land, you're stealing our language. Thieves. Versus, imagine for a second during World War II if German citizens were blocking food and aid going into a concentration camp full of starving people. No, Germans were evil, but didn't go as far as today's Zionists. This is, both of these should probably just not advance. Can we do a double loss? These are like pretty boring. I guess I'm doing the Yiddish one. All right. You can't protest peacefully. You can't boycott. You can't hunger strike. You can't hijack planes. You can't block traffic. You can't throw Molotovs. You can't self-immolate. You can't heckle politicians. You can't march. You can't riot. You can't dissent. You can't just be. This is a good post. I'm sorry. This post is so good. Just snuck hijack planes in there. That's such a good post. This is, you can't hijack planes. But, like, here's the thing. Can you hijack planes? No? Then they're right. Anyone who IRL pulls all genders is not on Twitter foaming at the mouth about jokes on their particular letter of the rainbow alphabet anyway. Bisexuality is the Israel of sexualities. The victim complex and psychosis is on equal levels of delusion. Okay, is this one true or what? Like, this is so true. That's a truth, Duke. We got to vote Israel bi. 50-50 on this one. Palestinians are either straight or gay because they know how to pick a side instead of a bedroom two-state solution. Bisexual Palestinian is soft Zionist propaganda to normalize neutrality. Incredible. Come on. You're gonna vote the can hijack planes over this? Please, I'm asking my viewers, put your thumb on the scale. Israel bi. And that's the last one. I gotta say, kind of bleaker stuff this year than in previous years, but I am excited to see who wins. Who do you guys have for the finals? I think DoorDash discourse is not going to make it because there's no like definitive DoorDash tweet, but I think it probably should be like discourse of the year. I think 17 and Afraid is really good, but will way overperform because of its impact on like stan culture. I think The Clitoris is the Holocaust of Women is definitely a top 4. I think the Black People Should Support Slavery probably clears the conservative one, though I wish the Scott Adams AI hypnosis would. I think that Joe Biden dropout tweet is probably winning the woke one, and I think Peanut is Palestine is probably the Israel-Palestine one. Though I think, unfortunately, Israel Dom will probably make it out of this one, despite the fact that it's not a tweet.